Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning. Love your sweater. You're wearing your
Oh,
pressed flowers.
thank you. I love this sweater too. This is one I would make again. I,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd make three of them or five of them, but I would. It's just mostly it was a mosaic type sweater instead of Fair Isle,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
Oh, it looks gorgeous.
Thank you.
What you working on?
Well, if I start it before the end of the year, it counts, right?
Yep. Ooh, the Delta.
This is the yarn that you originally picked this out, and then I
Yeah.
tried to make that brioche top out of it, and it came out really, really huge. So I
Right.
decided to take it out of timeout and try to turn it into a delta.
Sounds good. That's the way to do it.
Morning. Sorry I'm late.
Oh,
Good
hi, Diane.
morning.
Oh, are you wearing a hand knit this morning?
I am.
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
Oh,
Ooh.
Is it
dang it.
holding?
By the time
Oh,
I you sat back down. That's okay. So, what sweater is that?
I don't remember. I have to look it up.
No worries. No worries. That's very cool.
I think I made it like 20 years ago.
And you still have it. That's,
Yeah, I do.
uh,
I had one sweater, it had a lot of cables in it, and it fit me when I made it. And it could have been the style to be that big. So a friend of mine, I thought, I'll give it to Mary. She see if she wants it. So she took it, and maybe a month later, she decided she didn't want it. She gave it back.
Oh no.
what?
Well, at least she gave it back and didn't like donate it to Goodwill or.
Right. So it from that point on, if I make something for someone, fine. But if I have something that's mine, nope. I guess I just keep it.
Yep.
Yep.
You have to see. We got this in Tennessee. Can you see that?
Ooh, yeah.
What?
Okay.
That is cool. Where can I find one of those things?
Tennessee.
Dang
I
it.
can I brought up the cart. But the best part,
People really were rather pleasant around here, and he
Oh, it
could forgive them
it
one
amplifies the sound.
it
voice for
does.
a car.
So you it's louder this way than if I just
Play it separately.
yeah.
Was met with
That is
Isn't that
awesome.
cool?
That is very cool. So it was worth the trip, huh?
It was. This was in Gatlinburg.
Okay. Wow.
It was a craft show. And to be honest with you, Jill said the highlight of Gatlinburg was going to the craft show.
Sometimes that's the way it is.
Oh, these are the instructions. I thought he gave me his card.
Well, I
Oh,
feel pretty good this week, project wise. I'm still on my Delta, but I got my second sleeve completely done,
wow.
and I figured out the decrease for the cuff so it fits me how I like it. And then I got really brave and I ripped out the first cuff and I didn't lose any stitches when I did it. I was very
Nice.
proud
Good
of
for you.
myself.
Did you have to rip back into the sleeve to fix the
No,
cuff?
no, what I did was I actually took the needle that I was going to use and I kind of picked up on the last row of the light color where I could really see it,
Uh-huh.
which was the last section, last stripe before the cuff. And then I undid the binding and just 4 inches. I just started, and as I got near the end, I was very careful. And when it got all the dark ripped out, I hadn't lost any stitches.
Nice.
I had to fix 2 of them, but that was an easy thing. But I didn't lose any. That was the main thing.
How did you
Cool.
put your needle in there?
Um, well, I just went through and I picked up like one leg of each V, and I just kind of went in, wove it in. I could have done it like with just needle and scrap yarn. I thought about that too, but then I thought, well, why not try it with the needle? And I
Yep.
just picked up like one leg of each V. I picked a leg
Okay.
as I
So
was
like
look
that.
as I was looking at it. I just picked a leg and picked up, one from each V all the way around. And I ended up with, when I got down, I thought, well, that's better than trying to pick up 88 stitches, one by one all the way.
Right.
I figured if I dropped one, I could pick up 1 or 2 versus trying to pick up all 88. And
Exactly.
it worked. I had seen that before. Somebody had, it was in the back of my head, so I must have seen it or heard about it before, but it worked. I was just so shocked
Sweet.
it worked. And so now I'm halfway through the second cuff, and then the sleeves will be done.
So how did you, because before the cuff was too
Too
big.
wide.
So
Yeah,
how
it
did
was
you
like,
fix that?
I ended up just kind of, because this one was so wide, I put it on and I kind of, figured out where I was comfortable and I could get my sleeve in and out, and I marked it. And then I counted, because each, the pearl, since it's ribbing, it's, the purl is 2, knit is 2, pearl. So I kind of counted how many sets of, and I just kind of did the math. Okay, well, that's, 16, minus 80, ended up figuring out the math and decreasing down from 88 to 52
Wow.
in multiples of 4.
Did you just do that? Did you just do that all in one row, decrease from 88 to,
I actually did it in 2.
okay.
I was going to decrease. I thought, okay, I thought when I did the first one, when I did this one, because before I started the cuff, I kind of tried this one on and figured out how much I wanted to decrease roughly and did some math. And I thought I was going to do it all in one row, but my math was off. And so I did half of what I needed. So I thought, okay, well, so I ended up doing it in 2 rows. I think it
Okay.
was 32 stitches I needed to decrease. And so I did like 16 one row and 16 another row. I just
Okay.
did 2 knit rows of this darker color decreasing. And then I started the ribbing. And then
Probably looks more even too, though.
yeah. Yeah. Instead of being so tight, and you really can't tell. And what I tried to do, because when you decrease normally on this one, the first decrease you do is knit 2 together, and then when you come back around, the last decrease you do is slip knit.
Okay.
So I thought, well, I'll get fancy. And so I divided this cuff in half. And so like the first half I was doing the decreases as knit 2 together. And when I got on the other side, I did slip knit. So they would kind of, match the flow. I don't know if it makes any difference. And if anybody's looking at my wrist that close and says, oh, you did a knit 2 together, not a slip knit here,
You
I
can just
see,
go,
that's how my brain works too. And it's just like, yeah, smack them.
Yeah. Yeah. But this, it's hard to tell people, oh, I finished my second sleeve. Oh, your sleeves are done. I'm like, well, no, sorta. I said the second sleeve is completely done. The first sleeve,
yay.
is, I just have to redo the cuff. But
That's incredible.
yeah, so, and I
And
need,
you're winning at Yarn Chicken, right?
I'm I'm feeling, I'm still nervous, but I'm feeling better about the yarn chicken because, I'm using, of course, because the dark yarn was still attached from this stripe. So I just kept on going and I should have, a little bit left over from this.
Right?
But I measured this because I have a scale and it's 52 grams.
Okay.
So I have a half a hank left. That
Okay.
should do my band I still have to bind off the bottom because I was like, I just kept it on the needles because I thought,
But you have knit quite a bit of the bottom, right?
yeah,
Okay.
and I could add to it if I
Oh,
wanted to,
gotcha.
but
Gotcha.
I may not. And I kind of left it on the needles because I wasn't sure how much yarn I would have left. And I thought, well, I'll save the bind off for last. So I do
Yep.
this because I wanted the sleeves had to be done.
Yep.
And I may just go ahead and bind off the bottom and do the band and call it good. Because with a half a hank, I should have plenty with it's 52 grams.
Oh, that should
A
be
100-gram ball was 400 yards. So half of that should be roughly 200 yards. That should get a band.
and
Yeah.
it's not a I'm just looking at the picture. It's not a real like it's a little bit it's not even as wide as this, I don't think.
Yeah,
I mean, so
it's 10 rows, and if I get 6, 8, if I don't get the whole 10, I'm not worried about it. As long as I get a decent,
yeah.
but I was really worried I would only get like 4 rows, of a band, and that's real, that would be just one stripe. So I'm thinking, okay, but I have plenty of the light color. It's like, okay, just do a stripe band, I mean, my brain was just scrambling because I'm like, oh, what am I going to
Yarn
do?
chicken is stressful.
Yeah, I know. Especially since the band starts at the bottom of one, goes all the way around, It's
Yeah,
different
that's
if you're
gonna-
playing yarn chicken with a cuff.
Well,
you
you
know.
can you can like weigh your ball and like
I figure once I pick it up, pick up and knit the first row, I'll weigh it again and see how much I got.
you can figure out how much each row takes.
Yeah, and then kind of go from there. And as long as I've got a decent, if I could get 6 or more rows out of it plus bind off, I'll be happy. If it looks like it's only going to be like 4, I may I might leave that knit row in because I don't want to pick them all up again.
Okay, did you look on Ravelry to see if anybody's got some to sell?
I looked and I couldn't find it. And
Shoot.
it's, the shops that, we're in the US, nobody has it anymore. There's even a couple in Michigan. They're like, no, we don't carry that anymore. And I think it might be a yarn from Canada. I don't know where, but you just can't get it anymore. But I should be okay. But it's, just the paranoia. And this is my first real time I'm playing yarn chicken to finish something. So I'm like,
well, hope it goes well for you.
I do too.
I feel like it's going to.
I do. I think I'm feeling more confident now.
And like the length that you have it, if you stop now, it's long enough, right?
Yeah. I'll be happy with the length if so that's why I'm like, I think I'm just going to bind off and do the band and be happy.
Okay.
Because I'm happy with the length, and the next one I will know not to play yarn chicken with. Because the next one I can make a little longer if I wanted to,
Yep, for sure.
And this one I had already decided from the very beginning I wasn't going to do buttons on. Because I don't know.
Are you going to keep it open?
Yeah. I don't typically button my cardigans.
I don't either.
Like I put the buttonholes in this and I have buttons for it, but I just don't typically button them. Do you, Diane?
Yeah.
I used to,
Okay.
but like this one, it buttons.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't do it on this one. I did buttonholes, but normally what I would do is I would do the bands and figure out where the buttons go. and I would sew, I wouldn't do buttonholes. I just do the band and then I would sew it. I'm sorry. I would sew the button on and actually button it.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to rephrase that. I did not do the buttonhole business. I did the band and then I sewed the button where the buttonhole would be and treat it as a pullover.
So, oh, okay, gotcha. So you would kind of sew it closed and then put the buttons on and stuff. Yeah. I think I've been guilty of that a couple times in the past.
But then, I thought, why? I like the open.
Yeah.
It's more comfortable.
Well, and I don't know why I just got it in my head when I started this one that I didn't want buttonholes. So I didn't want to do buttons. Maybe because I just wasn't sure at the time where I was going to be able to find buttons.
Oh,
That I was real, sometimes you just get a button in your head and if you can't find it, you just don't want,
You're gonna
You're
have to
like
go to
that.
Charlene's, that place Charlene goes.
Yeah. Have to try there sometime. So I was just like, you know what? This one, I'm just not going to do. I just made that point in my head early on. I'm just not going to do buttons. So,
Yeah. No, I don't blame you a bit. It's like the
so
one cardigan that I wish that I would have done the buttonholes and buttons is I can't ever remember the name of it. It's that Nora got gone
the
cable
Geiger,
sweater.
the Geiger.
Yes. Because when I wear it, the way it is, it's so heavy and it just kind of pulls open. And I'm like, oh, I really should have put the buttonholes on there. But oh well.
Well, I did the buttonholes,
Uh-huh.
but I couldn't at the time. I don't have buttons for it yet, but I have the holes there just in case I find the perfect buttons for it.
There you go.
Because at the time I didn't find buttons that I was thrilled with,
Yeah.
that just really grabbed me. So I thought, well, I'm just going to put the buttonholes in. You can't tell that there's a big gaping hole down the band, for each buttonhole.
Right.
But if I ever find buttons that are like, wow, that's the perfect sweater for them. The holes are already there, so
You're
I'm
ready.
good to go.
Sweet.
But especially
be back in a minute.
since I'm playing Yarn Chicken with the band, I not gonna mess with buttonholes.
No, I don't.
That's
I don't-
another stress that I
Oh my gosh.
just want to get the band going.
I don't think I can cast this on and talk at the same time. I'll have to put it away for later. But I'm gonna start it.
Okay, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, in my head, I'm coming up with other color combinations that I'd like to do.
Oh, that says a lot for the sweater
Yeah,
pattern.
well, I think Charlene's on her third one.
Yes. And I got, I'll get it out again when
Oh,
August's
yeah,
gonna work on this one for a while.
that is pretty. How's that
This-
one going?
It's going well. This gal is a genius, Nicole.
Oh, I know, I know.
I'm just like, remember last week we were like looking at all the directions, trying to figure all this stuff out, and I'm like, I just want to be in her. No, I probably don't, but I mean, it's like
Yeah,
she is
mathematically, it's
amazing.
like, how does she figure this out?
This I cord, I've never done one like this before, where you do a double increase on it, like you do. Remember, I don't know if you were
Yeah,
actively
remember.
listening, like you do the knit two, knit front and back, slip them back on the left needle, and then knit two, knit front and back, and keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just makes it double stretchy. It's just really, with this garter stitch, it's just a really nice feel to it.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like if I can't figure out the seagull footprints, I'd be happy just making this shawl like this.
Yep.
I went for the pattern. The sweater I'm wearing is Diversity Cardigan. I'm gonna pull it out.
I'll be right back. I gotta go check on.
Okay.
Okay, this,
I can't.
there it is.
Oh, diversity?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Diversey, no T.
I'll see if I can. Is it a pre-ravel? It's probably a pre-Ravelry pattern, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, only because I didn't know about Ravelry at that time.
Well, I think, did you say it's 20 years old?
Yeah,
So, yeah. I think Ravelry was just, I don't know if Ravelry was around then. If it was just getting started. There it is. Dawn Slug.
really.
Yep. Oh, it says, okay. Oh, you made it. Did you make it out of the county wool? That was that color changing wool, wasn't it?
No, this one I had to actually change colors.
Okay.
I think. Maybe it was only the two colors. I think it was, now that I'm reading it. Yep. Because at that time, whatever the pattern called for, that's what I had to use because I didn't know any better.
Well, and when I saw that yarn it called for, I mean, it was a thing, and there were like a lot of patterns made for that, right?
Mhm.
Have you been working on the gnome, Jean?
A little bit. I'm behind on them, of course.
Yeah.
I'm about a third of the way through Clue 2, and Clue 3 just came out today, so
What are you
yeah.
working on? What are you working on now?
Gosh, I've got like three things in front of me on the table here, but I'm working on I decided to work on Seagull today. Are you working on yours?
I am. Yeah.
Did you get to the first footprint yet?
Nope.
Okay,
I did minimal knitting on this vacation.
good for you. Oh yeah, because you planned ahead and brought lots of projects, right?
I brought two projects and I could have worked on either one, but there was so much going on that I just couldn't zero in when I got back to the room.
That's
Sweet.
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a very fun vacation. Couldn't ask for nicer people.
Nice.
And I mean, everybody was just helping everybody. It was so nice.
Uh, was that a bus trip?
It was with Bianco Tours.
Okay.
And towards the end, Kale was in dire pain.
Oh,
It was, the seats were pretty close together, a lot closer than the other bus trips we've taken with Bianco. And,
oh,
but I mean, the one we took to Mackinac, it was a Bianco bus. And he had some room, but
yeah. Is it like being taken from first class into coach? Is that what they put more rows of seats in there?
maybe
Wow.
even if they would have taken out two rows and spaced them differently. but it was a 50-person bus.
Oh,
So we were really packed in there.
yeah.
And of course, I'm at the window, and big people don't realize how big they are sometimes.
Uh-huh.
So comes in and he sits, you know,
Taken up, yeah,
like this.
Uh-huh.
It's like, and I'm in the corner like this.
yeah.
It's like, so towards the end, it was a little difficult for me to get out of my corner because I was wedged in there. And that was one of the reasons I couldn't knit, is I didn't have the room to be able to knit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, a couple years ago when I was coming home from a wedding in San Diego, on the trip out there, I knit because I didn't have anybody in one seat next to me and a young lady on the other side of me. So I had enough elbow room that I felt like I could do my double points and not have a problem. But on the way home, I didn't even get it out because I had two bigger men next to me,
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, I'm not going to have the space to, I'm just not even going to bother.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle, so it's like, yeah, I dropped something. I'm not even going to be able to pick it up. I'm just not even going to.
Okay, this is as far as, whoop, I got
Okay.
missed this way.
I'm just getting ready to count my stitches because I don't trust my markers. Yes. We
How
got
many do you-
67.
You're further than I am. I'm 61.
This is uh, the one where you don't decrease on the backside.
You always increase 2 on the right side and then decrease 1 on the wrong side.
Yes. Except on the fifth time, you don't decrease on that wrong side. I gotta go grab a marker.
Well, I was doing it by memory, and I'm glad you brought that up because I was decreasing on the wrong side every time.
I mean, I think it'll be fine. It's just gonna make more, you have to do more repeats before you get wide enough, right?
Yep. Or I can just start doing it now.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you, yeah, I don't see why not. It's a design element.
There you go. But I looked at yours, and yours was laying nice and flat, where mine kind of curly towards the end. So, but I think seeing where I'm at now, I don't think it's really going to make a difference.
No, not, yeah. I think it'll be fine if you just want to start them now.
I agree. Because that's what I'm going to do.
And we won't tell anybody.
So you're even further than me because of that.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
It's a real no-brainer, especially if you do it wrong.
Well, our big old mud puddle froze up.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't seen anybody on ice yet, but
You guys, your area got really dumped on over the
Whew.
last week.
Yeah, I think we got probably 10 to 12 inches right here where we are.
Oh, wow.
But like not too far away, it would be like, I think some people got like 14, 16. So
Yeah.
Oh my golly.
Well, there was this, like, maybe it was last weekend or something, or one of the storms has come through. It's like, they're like, yeah, it was either north or south of Muskegon was expected to get the bullseye dumped on.
yes.
And everybody around was going to get, lot less amounts. It's like, okay, how does a storm pick? Like, okay, this town is going to get hit today. They're going
I
to get
know,
18
right?
inches, and 10 miles away is going to get 5.
It's yeah, that's but it's crazy.
On our vacation, we went to the Biltmore,
Okay. Heard
the
of it, but I
mansion,
don't know where it is.
North Carolina,
Okay.
Asheville.
Okay.
Oh my God, it was so, so beautiful. And all the Christmas lights,
Very
the
nice.
trees were mammoth. It's you can't even describe it. They had this gingerbread house, but it was made like the mansion.
Wow.
Oh, I've heard that they do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there were private tours going on, but I mean, ours was self-guided. And we had our phone with us that they gave us to listen to each room that you went into. And so this gentleman was going on a private tour, and he was behind me, and he said, and I was right at the gingerbread house, and I'm looking at it, and he said, beautiful, isn't it? I said, it's unbelievable. Well, guess what? That was the back. When you went around the corner, you saw the front of it.
Oh.
And he's probably thinking, oh, she's so silly.
No. Are you both using size 4?
I
Yes,
am.
I am.
Gina, are you going to use the chart or the verbiage?
I haven't decided yet. I typically use the verbiage, but um, I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure out like when we start with the first, maybe I should look at some of them online. It right from the beginning, there's only one, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Because I feel like the chart is upside down from the picture.
It's,
If it's going that way. Like in the picture, when she's holding the shawl, I can't tell if the bottom edge is that must be the cast. That must be the bind off edge, the bottom edge in the picture, I'm guessing. Anyway, I figured I'd figure it out once I got the right number of stitches on there, that it would make more sense, hopefully.
So do you knit until you get a certain number of stitches, then you start the feet?
Yes.
Okay.
She has you knit until the the edge that you increase until the long edge is 24 inches. So that long I-cord edge.
Okay.
no,
So
it's 28 inches, isn't it?
It says knit these 10 rows until the long edge measures about 60 centimeters / 24 inches. Now start the first line of footprints. The second after
Wait a minute,
32
where are you?
inches.
Are you on the construction?
Yes.
Keep 10 rows to measure
think-
about 60 centimeters. Oh, there.
There, I think I just
Yep.
answered my question. See if I read the directions enough. So you
Yeah,
start
but-
the first line of footprints and then the second one after,
But it doesn't tell you stitches, it tells you inches.
Tells you
yes,
inches.
Stitches
Okay.
also?
yes. Because, in theory, you could make this out of a DK weight or even a worsted weight, I think.
Yeah, you could, if you're going by inches, it'd just be,
Now I see I will start the first print when I get the 24 inches done. And then when I have 32 inches done, then I'll add the second one. And then after 40 inches, I'll add the third one. All right.
okay, so it goes by inches, not stitches across.
But it
Um,
says to make sure you have 20 stitches in 10 rows.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make sure you leave at least 20 stitches and 10 rows distance to other footprints. So,
In your gap on inches between rows, you should have at least 10 rows. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
That's how I read it.
So I was thinking that it was supposed to be 20 stitches, when there's two footprints going, that there should be 20 stitches in between the repeat per row.
That's how I read it.
I'm at about 15 inches.
The padded squares I did,
Yeah.
and remember I tried it on last week,
Yes.
and Jean made one comment that made me really stop and think, because I put it on and it's good. I said, it's going to be one of those that you just put on and leave it. And Jean said, providing it's going to stay there. And I thought, oh, she is so right. So I put it on, looked in the mirror, and went, yeah, I think I'm going to make it longer. That's why I was asking Carolyn. Oh, no,
Sure.
that's fine. I mean,
Okay. I was just looking at the when you tried it on like that, you know how, and yours is it's just it's just flat, right? It's not there's not a lot of shaping. You know how
right.
there's some of them that are like semicircular and you put them on and they just kind of stay there because they're shaped.
Hmm.
And when you tried that one on, I was like, man, it looked like it was just there. Like it must have just been the photo op, huh?
That's why I was asking Carolyn how she did her needle to
Oh,
place it
yes.
so
Uh-huh.
that when I can rip down to that point, just like Carolyn, rather than worrying about, oh my God.
Yeah, having to pick up stitches.
And it's mostly you can pick a row that is stockinette, right? Or is it?
Yeah, yeah. That's all I did, and I just picked up one leg of each V on the knit stitch, and I figured if I had most of the stitches picked up when I got down there already on the needle and I just had to adjust, if I dropped one or two, that's better than trying to pick up all 88
Exactly.
very carefully and not unraveling.
And this is going to be over 200 stitches picking up.
Yeah.
Have you blocked it?
No,
Okay.
it said, don't, after the first wash, don't, let's start again. Don't block it. After the first wash, just kind of take your fingers and kind of play with it a little bit so that you can actually see the puff in the
Oh,
pad
that's
itself.
right. Okay. Kind of poof up the
The
thicker
squares.
part.
Yeah. And that was the other thing. I thought if I put it on and just let it sit there without really meaning to, am I going to stretch those padded squares where they're going to be flat? So that's the other reason that I thought, I'm just going to, it's an easy knit. So I'll just do that.
What size needles did you knit it on?
5. I
And it was
think.
like did you make that out of the mink?
Yes.
So, and it's kind of a light color, right?
No, it's the gray.
Okay.
No, it's the green. I'm sorry, green.
So if I was doing it and you've got a size 5, like maybe a size 1 or 2 needle, or even a 0, you could probably use to pick up your stitches. So it doesn't,
I'm going to go way down to pick up my stitches.
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? If you use a smaller needle, it doesn't wiggle the stitches around them. It doesn't stretch the yarn out as much when you go by.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I pulled the wrong one. It wasn't the padded squares. Pulled the wrong one out.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
This is the one. No, the padded squares is done. I'm sorry. It's this one. I can't remember the name of it.
is her new one?
Say it
Yeah.
again.
The new one?
Yes. The one I can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't either. That's why I said the new one.
Me too.
But this is what we're talking about. Get my stuff out of the way so I can show you. If I walk back.
I mean, I feel like it's hanging on you right. I feel like it's hanging on you nicely.
Yeah.
You think that's good enough?
Yeah.
Take it out? Okay. Glad
I
I
think-
said something.
Yeah,
I
try it out
think
for
it
a
looks
while. You
great.
can always rip it out if you have to, but I think it looks good.
Okay.
That's the triangle shape versus the padded squares is the rectangle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Carolyn, did you see that one? I made it
I
out
didn't
the
see it.
whole mill.
I didn't see it finished, I don't think.
Okay.
You were working on it. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
That is just so,
Oh,
that's
you can,
gorgeous.
yep, and you see the squares and
Yeah. And did you do yours out of fingering as opposed to lace?
I did it under the sock yarn,
so fingering, yeah.
Okay.
the Howl Melon.
It is the Howl Melon. Okay. I was gonna guess that, but I couldn't remember.
Yep.
It's so pretty. It's on my list.
I really like this one.
But we've been waiting all year for this kind of weather.
I kind of went to, before I went to bed after our last Zoom, I kind of went down the rabbit hole of looking at yarn for things like the padded shawl and the seagull and, looking at kind of lace weight fuzzy and
Uh-huh.
I'm like, ooh, this would be good. And ooh, this would be I'm like, okay, you got to finish your Delta. You've got a couple baby blankets to work on. Got a couple chickens to finish first. Oh, and I really want to do those ooey gooey socks. And I think it's partly the name. I'm
I
not
wanted
a,
what?
the ooey, it's called ooey gooey. It's Andrea Mauer's latest incarnation of patterns.
Oh.
She did this sweater, which Mary was wearing it, I think, last week.
Yeah, Mary's is gorgeous.
Yeah, she's done the sweater. I'm not up to a sweater. And it's a pullover, so I'm not up to that right now. But then came out with the cowl shortly after. And I'm like, oh, I'll do the cowl. But then, I've waited long enough, so she came out with the socks, and I'm like,
Exactly.
I need the socks. Forget
I
the
think the
cowl right
socks
now.
are so cute.
They are so darn cute. But then I don't know
They're
if you,
called Ooey Gooey.
yeah, I don't know if you have seen that she's coming out this week with fingerless ooey gooey fingerless mitts.
That'll be perfect.
And I'm like, okay, we're starting with those first, then we're moving to socks. I might
Yeah.
get might dig out yarn that's the same so I can do match socks and fingerless mitts together.
I bet you could even come up with a hat pattern too.
Oh, I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if she's coming up with that
Yeah.
pattern.
It's like
Okay, I lost the screen for a minute. Can I see it again?
That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find, because she's kind of given a preview. And I saw it on another yarn shop posted it too because she must live back again in the Lansing area. And she was at an appointment somewhere, maybe a hair appointment, I don't know. And she had them on, and the woman's like, yeah, when one of your clients comes in with their soon to be released new pattern, you decide maybe you better start knitting again. And they were the fingerless mitts, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I need. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but those are going to be the mitts.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute. And then the cuff is cute too. I don't know if that's just a corrugated rib, probably.
Probably just the corrugated rib. And then get out of Nicola's patterns. Every time Nicola does a new pattern, she needs to just automatically put it in my cart because
Yep.
just automatically put it in my thing because, does that do that every time
Oh, those socks are nice.
Oh, you found the socks? Okay, yeah. I just think they're adorable, and I've seen some people do them in reverse, like do one color, one way, and then
Okay.
like the second sock, the main color would be the toes and the
Okay.
cup, and I'm like, oh, that is adorable too. So, but I think it's partly I'm drawn to this, but the socks I think are adorable. But I was drawn to kind of the sweater design because of the name, just kind of like ooey ooey.
Right.
But the cowl, I thought, yeah, I'll do the cowl because right now that's more my brain power.
Maybe
But
it should come out with the cardigan. I don't
yep,
know. It's Fair Isle though, right?
I don't know if it's probably at the top, version of it.
Yeah, so it
Um,
probably would be hard. I mean, I don't
but
think,
she's done that with some others that months after all of
right,
a sudden there's a cardigan version of that one. So if I wait long enough,
exactly. I'm trying to remember if she does the steeking method or if she comes up with some other way.
I don't remember on hers.
I'm not brave enough for sneaking.
I did that on one, not a sweater, but a blanket.
Yeah, I know how. That doesn't mean that I want to do it. I'm a coward. I'll just admit it, I'm a coward.
It
I
was
am
a
too.
it was the Kate Davies sheep blanket.
Oh,
Um,
the one like Charlene had in the,
yep, the one
yeah, that thing
Charlene
is
did.
beautiful.
I did that too, and you knit the sheep in the round, the sheep part of it in the round, and then and you're steeking. You have to steek to cut it, to open it. And I remember I went into the shop on a day that there was no classes, and the morning that there was no stitching, and I said, I'm doing this here because if I have trouble or panic, Charlene was right there.
Yep.
Wise. Very wise.
And I had done the crochet, I think, I can't remember which one she did. She was doing it, Roxanne was doing it, and I was doing it all kind of all around the same time. Of course, Charlene got hers, or Roxanne got theirs done before me, but when I'm cutting it and I'm just like painstakingly one stitch at, one little strand at a time, and she's videotaping me to post, and I'm like, it was nerve wracking knowing you're cutting this, and Jameson, it was the spindrift, so it doesn't unravel, which was the nice stuff. If it was some other
Yes,
yarn, slicker yarn, in your head, it's like in my head, I'm still like, it's gonna completely unravel.
right. That's the yarn to use though, but oof.
Yeah, and it didn't. But then, you had to pick up a bazillion stitches all the way around to do the border. Uh, and I'm like, I'm gonna sit here and do that while I'm here. And that took a couple days to pick up all the stitches and just to get that border done. But that took a while because it was a double-sided border.
Oof.
But it was a good project to do. It was a good learning experience, and I'm glad I did it. But it's kind of funny, you could, because I was still, early on in my knitting when I did that. But it was kind of funny because we laid Charlene's out on the table flat, and she's a very loose knitter. And then we put Roxanne's on top of Charlene's, and it was like the papa blanket, the mama blanket, and then we put mine in. I was the baby blanket because I was a little bit tighter knitter. Um, so we had the same project, 3 different knitters, so we used the same needle. We used everything the same, but just 3 different knitters and their tightness, and
It's always amazing to me how much that exact thing, those three different sizes.
yeah,
It's like, and of course, the bigger the project, the bigger the difference, but it's still,
yeah. And I've gotten much better than I was, but of course then it's like your eyes go buggy. You're following it was all charted. You're following this chart and you're making this big old tube, but I was very happy how it turned out at the end.
Very nice.
Now she does her own modeling, right?
Who, Andrea?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Usually, yep.
yeah, usually.
She's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And everything looks good on her.
Yep.
Yeah. But I tell you, it wasn't until Jean decided to do it, and then Charlene's like, "Yeah, Jean's gonna do the turn again." I'm like, "Oh, great! Now I got it." So, and Charlene started picking. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta do that now too," um, because it was just me. But the way the photo of how it was styled, I'm like, I don't like that.
I didn't either. It it was that time when we were all into the massively oversized, and I shouldn't say we all were. It was the style and the deliberate like mismatching of patterns and
Yeah, it
just like
just
no.
Yeah, it was just too much. And, and when it first came out, I'm like, no, 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 I'm not, and then after a little bit, then, I was in there for class and, towards the end of class, a lot of people had left already. And she's like, yep, Jean just messaged me. It probably was Monday because she's like, help me pick out colors for her turn again. And I'm like, Jean's gonna do it? Well, okay.
Yep, I'm a
So I
big
was helping her.
troublemaker.
We picked out the colors you had picked out, and then we picked out a couple others just in case. And then she's like, "Well, I like these together," and I'm like, so then I started looking, and sure enough,
Marlene's came out very pretty also too. I
yeah,
mean, and those are her colors too, so
yeah,
uh,
yeah, and I love mine.
sweet. And yours had some pinks. I can't remember what. I
Yep,
remember Charlene had greens in it.
yeah, and the main part of mine had the pinks in it,
Okay.
and then the other was kind of the darker purples, one of the
Oh yeah.
darker purple
Okay.
colors.
I'm sure it's gorgeous.
Yeah. I think one of my favorites I don't know, I can't remember if you finished it or not, is the one that you used the yarn you were gonna do one of her other sweaters with, but you changed your mind, so you kind of white is or natural is the main color, and then uh, I'm like, oh, that's just
I did two of, okay, so the sweater that I bought the yarn for is called Framed.
yeah,
And
and
so
you ended up using that for the turn again.
right. So the Framed had like three colors. It had like
Yeah,
because that was the framed concept that the cuffs and the bands were that other color. So
yeah,
I actually, yeah, the one I did with blues, like the white main color, then a blue, I can't remember what the spin cycle color was, and then a darker blue for the bands. And then the last
yeah,
one I did was the Noro yarn, which was like a color changing purple and a
yeah,
darker purple for the bands.
yeah.
So, and those were both nice too.
Well, I have the main color, which is kind of like a really hot, brighter pink for the next one I do. I don't have like the spin cycle color, the contrasting color.
Uh-huh. And then you can just like pick a third color for the cuffs and the button bands if you
Yeah,
want to make it framed looking.
yeah.
How much snow do you guys have on your side of the state?
Well, there's not much here right now. I mean, a couple inches maybe.
Oh,
Frank said we had a couple of inches and then an inch 2 days in a row.
okay.
Yeah.
And Dale said And you took care of it, right? He goes, yeah.
My kids down in Cincinnati, they don't usually get like large snow events. You know, they get snow, but it's like an inch or two, and they tend to get a little bit more ice. And um, Monday they got overnight, Sunday into Monday they got 5.5 inches,
Oh,
and where they're at, northern Cincinnati, Cincinnati itself got like 4.5, and they closed school.
yeah.
Wow.
My son-in-law had a snow day. But she said, by, mid-morning, afternoon, the roads were perfectly fine. She said it's kind of, of course, them being from the Midwest of Michigan, they're like, I don't know why school's closed.
Right?
But last winter they had an event where a snow event that had over 9 inches, which really paralyzed the whole city for like a week.
Wow.
And she's up in the upstairs office looking out in the parking lot of their townhouse complex, and her she's watching these people like with cardboard box, like flattened cardboard, trying to scrape the snow off their car because they didn't have snow brushes and snow scrapers.
Wow.
And my son-in-law, there's only two people in their little U-shaped parking lot that had snow shovels because the complex usually takes care of the sidewalk. But so my son-in-law's out there doing, did their sidewalk, one of the neighbor's little sidewalk area, and he was helping dig out people from the car, their cars out of the snow. One of the ladies had a small car, and she tried to just plow her way out to get out of the parking lot. Well, she got stuck. So some of
Good
the
she got
guys,
stuck there, didn't get any further. She might have hurt somebody.
yep. So she, some guys were out there trying to clean their cars off, so they were helping her get unstuck and back in her space. And but Katie, she said, "Yeah, I'm working up here and I'm laughing and watching these people try to clear their cars off with no scraper and no snow brush." My son-in-law's going around helping everybody clean their cars off. This is only 52 stitches, but it seems to be taking forever to get 4 inches on this cup.
It's like is it just a straight 2x2 rib or is it a,
It's a 2x2 rib, but one row you do knit, purl, purl, and the other row you just knit.
okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
She likes to do those ribbing, that for her ribbing.
Yes,
I think there was something else, a couple other patterns she did that.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And then the last two rows are pearls. You just purl all around, which I really like how that kind of, where's my sleeve that I did finish? I like how that kind of finishes off. It's
Well,
just
yeah, that's pretty.
kind of a little rounded. And then you bind off purl wise
Okay.
the whole way around. And it's a little stretchy because you purl one, yarn over, purl again, and then pass over the yarn over in the first purl, and then you do it all the way around, and it's a little stretchy, but it's not But it does a nice little finish edge.
She
Nice.
does her shelves that way. And it's really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, at first, when I was first reading it, I'm like, I'm just gonna do the regular bind up. But then I'm like, no, no, she knows what she's doing. If it was
Yep.
anybody else, any other designer might have said, I'm doing it my way. But no, no.
Wonder how Charlene's doing.
I don't
That's what
know.
I was wondering too, if we could text her if she's too busy.
Well,
I
you
hope she
probably
sells,
tech.
I hope she sells all her stuff.
Yeah. I hope she
She had a
sells.
lot.
I hope she sells the stuff she wants to sell. Maybe she'll get to keep some of it for herself.
Yeah. I know last time she did that, the black sheep sale there, she was the biggest seller.
Wow. Good for her.
She knits beautifully. I mean, her garments are incredible.
Yeah. I know
Even
the one thing that you know, was killing her. I remember when because I was helping her label last time, an inventory, because you have to write out, what the garment, like a hat, pure wool, and then the price, and sometimes we put, the specific yarn if, like alpaca wool or merino wool, that type of thing. But you can't price it for what, yeah. A hat that
Yeah.
maybe uses two colors of, Malabar, even a Malabrigo, say Dos Terras, you can't price it for, in order to sell it for what, you know.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, this is killing me,
Yep.
But, she needed to pare down at that time, especially. She's like, I need to get rid of these samples because some of them, a lot of, at that time, she's like, I don't have the yarn for them anymore in the shop. You
Oh,
either can't get it, it's discontinued, or, she had other samples in that yarn and she wanted, needed to get rid of them by, sell or gift or give away, whatever. So, but she did pretty good. Because they're like, yep, she was the top seller.
that's cool. And if she's selling it to people who know what goes into it,
Yeah. And she had such a variety, because she brought mannequins and, to display, like her hats and the cowls and, instead of just having them laying flat on a table.
wow.
it's probably one of the reasons she was able to sell as much as she did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Staging.
Yeah. She was staging is the correct word. She was really doing, a lot with this kind of how she displayed it, you know, and she had such a variety.
Is that place like a zoo? Is it super full of people?
I wasn't there on the sale day. I was just there on the setup, but I imagine on a day like today where it's nice, good weather, not bad snowy weather, and people are starting to go out to get their trees and their wreaths, and
Oh man, no kidding.
poinsettias. They kind of set, at least a couple years ago, pre-COVID when I helped her do it, they set it up like almost like it's a Christmas boutique in there. So people come and they can shop that, plus get their trees and poinsettias and whatever else they might wanna.
Wow.
And it's advertised for quite a while, so. Get out my ruler and see where I'm at. I know I'm not at 4, but well, I've got maybe an inch left, and then then I can bind off. And then the sleeves will be done. Woohoo!
And then what are you going to work on?
Oh, I've got chicken hair in progress, and well, I still have to bind off the bottom of the band, so I still got to work on this. But I also need to get a chicken done.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you've
yeah.
really gotten a good amount done on the Delta just in a week.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd put it in timeout for a while because of that cuff. I just wasn't in the mental shape to plow through the second sleeve and figure it out at that time. So I was like, I just need to pick it up and do it. But it will be nice. The picking up, the picking up the band part is going to be tedious, but
Yep.
they always are. That Siegel one, I'm like, oh, I know what color, but I'm thinking in my, what the yarn I've got. I'm like, oh, that color'd be perfect, but I only have one of them. That's the problem.
Yep.
You need two.
That ooey gooey sock is cuffed down, right?
I think it's written both ways, but yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
yeah. I think I read that
Okay.
the hand warmer just even that's another one. I was just like, oh, and I love fingerless mitts, so
Yeah. Same and the same also finger and weight yarn, the fingerless gloves.
I think so, yeah.
She does the toe up and leg down, but she uses two different heels. I saw
Okay.
the heels were different,
Interesting.
but that's what she said in the details.
So you're getting two socks for the price of one there.
Really? Toe up with a Flegel heel.
Okay.
And the
Down
cuff,
a
with the
heel.
heel flap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And besides getting two different patterns, toe up, cuff down, the sizes go from child to adult large.
Wow.
So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sizes in here.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, a size 1 needle.
Okay. That's a good needle for sock yarn.
Yeah. Good. Good. It's a 0 and 1. Ooh, 0.
The ribbing, yeah.
And next Monday, well, today's Saturday, so 2 days from now, Charlene's heading south, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Not jealous at all.
And a few days ago, Thursday, there was 106 days until spring.
Poof.
I sent her that. I said, I'm ready. I'm done with winter already. So
Yeah, I know.
You got far more winter than we did.
yeah.
I do.
It is, it does get old, but when the lake freezes over, because we've had so many years and when it really wasn't that cold that people couldn't use the lake.
Mm-hmm.
But last year it froze over for a bit, and it kind of looks like this year it's going to be like that too. I mean, who knows? But it is fun to watch everybody use it, snowmobiles and that kind of stuff. People on cross country skis,
Yeah.
pulling their kids and walking their dogs, and
Yep. Up north, the ski resorts are starting to open this weekend.
wow.
It got cold enough that they could start on top of the snow. They could add, make their own, start making it too, to add to it.
Yeah.
And further north of where we were, a couple of the systems hit them a little harder. So they got more natural snow to add to the
Yep.
pretend snow.
You guys see the moon the other night?
Yesterday, I did.
It was like not last here, it was really cloudy last night, but the night before it was like amazing.
I said, we were on the bus coming home, and I said, look at the moon. It was like, shoot.
It was huge, and it was like almost, it was so bright. It was wild.
Kind of heard about it after the fact. I didn't see it.
Well, I'm sure there were some good photos taken around, but
Yeah.
it was, at least from where I saw it, it was just really bright and big. It didn't, sometimes they'll have like, it'll look red or something. I didn't see
Mhm.
that. I just saw
It
the
looked kind of orangey to me, like a
Did
burnt
it?
orange.
little orangey. Okay.
But it could have been my cataracts. Hate it when I get to the last three to move over and forget to put the yarn in the front.
Uh-huh. That's funny. I'm right exactly there right now. Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, anytime.
Uh, I really like how this yarn is knitting up. That's cool. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. It was the Claudia's hand paints from a Wednesday sale.
Oh yeah.
Let me pin you. Ooh, that
Yeah.
is pretty.
I mean, when I look at this, because I'm not really a brown person, that's all I see is the brown, you know.
Yeah.
But I decided to go for it, and I'm just like really happy with all the colors popping.
Yeah.
That is so pretty.
We'll see how the little foot, I think the footprints will show up just fine.
I think so.
Yeah, I think with that kind of lighter color, they'll pop.
Maybe they'll be subtle. We'll see. I'm going to sign off for today. I'm kind of done sitting in this chair.
All righty.
Good. And see you next weekend, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Have a good week.
All right. Both of you take care.
Bye. Can't wait to see your seagull footprints.
Yeah, maybe I'll have one by next Saturday.
Yeah.
Send me a picture.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do.
Wonder how Charlene's doing getting everything together for the sale and packing and leaving within a week.
Yeah. And who knows how long,
At least a month. Golly,
Yeah.
it's impressive.
Yeah.
But she really didn't get her feet to touch the ground when she retired. She was
No.
busy.
Yep. Well, and then, leasing the shop space sooner than anticipated. after just getting back from their trip, she had to like get everything out of there faster than she anticipated because she was gonna get the whole thing painted and have the floors finish the floors and um this first woman wanted to get in there quick, so
And she wanted to do all what Charlene was talking about doing.
yeah,
So,
so it's like okay, but Charlene still had to get everything out of there,
yeah,
and quick. So
that was a scary part.
yeah, upstairs, downstairs, in the garage. So
Thank goodness she was having her sales like she did. At
yeah,
least helped a little bit.
yeah, and a lot of the cabinets, had been spoken for, and the table. It was just, they're waiting kind of till she got back and then from the trip and then uh they weren't in any people weren't in any hurry for them. So like the tables, like, well, when you think you're done, well, then all of a sudden they get back and this woman wants to shop. It's like, wants the lease to start soon. It's like, okay, come get the table, come get this, come get that. We need these out of here, gotta pack this up. So it's all good. And the sales will be here when she gets back.
Do you think she has more?
Probably.
Wow. When I'd remark on how much yarn, Charlene had, because the other shops, they don't have nearly what she does.
No, no.
And Donna would say to me, yeah, I'm just saying she has more in the basement.
Yeah.
I'd look at her like she was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's what's hard. Um, found a cute little, quick, chunky baby blanket pattern that I'd like to make, but it's like, huh, wait, where and uh, just, and I needed some tapestry needles, so on my way home from getting my oil changed a couple weeks ago, I stopped at, a shop in Brighton, and I'm like looking around going, okay, oh, what? Oh, that's not enough. Oh, oh, not enough. Oh, not enough. I'm like, oh, because a lot of shops, they can't afford or just don't carry the same amounts we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I guess there was one years ago, in Milford, a yarn shop in Milford years ago that, they would have like maybe one color, one sample of the yarn out. And if you wanted more, they would order it for you, but they didn't carry a large quantity in stock. So if you
Mhm.
wanted enough for a sweater or blanket or whatever, if you needed more than two of that color, they would have to order it for you.
Oh,
Well, a lot of times you go in with patterns in hand and want to find the yarn, get started, and go from there.
right.
And so you get kind of discouraged. As I said, she didn't last long because she didn't understand, the mentality of fiber people.
She was up on the hill by the Starbucks, right?
I guess so. I never um it's not one I even knew about until after the fact.
Well, because I worked at Neighborhood Knits with a woman that also worked up in Milford because she was at Camp Dearborn. That's
Mhm.
the only reason I knew about it,
Yeah.
if it's the same one. When you slip 3 stitches, do you slip all 3 at one time?
Sometimes, yeah. Depending on the yarn and if
I'm
I can,
starting to do it. I really like it.
yeah. It's quicker than, you know.
I think Charlene does it that way, and I think it was her I was watching. I went,
Yeah.
oh, they make it look very easy. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. And I kind of realized yesterday I need, and it sounds like the seagull one, this beginning part is kind of mindless, and I kind of need a mindless. What are you woofing at? Okay, in a little bit.
well, now that you're home,
Yeah. She's looking at a toy that she hasn't looked at, played with, or done anything with in months on a pile in the in the corner of the dining room here. She's woofing at her snuffle ball that's up over here in the corner that she hasn't done anything with in months. But all of a sudden she sees it and yeah.
you're talking about me.
Yeah. She's like, since I've been sitting in here a while, she came in here and was looking at things like, "Ooh, wait, that one way up there high. I like that one." I need to go through her toys, clear out the ones that have definitely been chewed a lot. But anyway, back to what I was starting to say before Gracie decided to find a new toy. Um, the seagull looks like, at least the beginning part, that is kind of mindless, you know, after you get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because yesterday I was early for a doctor's appointment and I grabbed, I'm like, you know, I'm not taking my big bulky sweater, you know, even though the cuff is, you know, to the point where it's like, yeah, mindless because you're just ribbing, you know, you're just doing the ribbing part. So you're either just plain knit or knit to purl to. But I'm like, yeah, that's kind of, you know, a bigger project to take into to sit at a doctor's office. So I thought I'll just take my chicken with me. But then before I got out of the car, I looked to see where I was, and I'm like, oh, I'm at the part where I got to concentrate. I'm like, oh. So I didn't take it in with me because I'm like, and they got me in early since I was there early, but I need something, what I like to call my waiting room project, where it's, you know, kind of mindless for a while. That if they call you in, you can put it down and you don't lose your place.
Trying to slip the stitches back and forth on the bus wasn't a real good idea.
How does that feel? I'm feeling a spot. It's like, okay, did I drop something there? Or that just feels funny? No, I didn't drop anything.
I hate it when instead of going into the knit stitch, I go a little below and grab the wrong thing, and then it feels weird. I could go back, take it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what am I doing? Am I doing? Well, whatever it is there, we're just gonna cover it up. In the scheme of things, it's not gonna show. Now she's back like, okay, what about another toy?
If you don't play with me with this one, how about that one?
Yeah. No. Yeah, my husband keeps saying, she's just happy she's different dog when you're back. She's very happy you're back.
Well, I'm happy you're back.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Are you back for a while?
At least a week and a half, almost 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off? Or no?
We're gonna roughly try to rotate between three of us where we're like week and a half up there, you know. All of a sudden she's decided she's gonna go through all of these toys here. Oh, shit. My husband keeps telling her, you have to wait till mama's done. You have to wait till mama's done. But, she's finding ways to distract me. Are you done yet, Mom? How is Donna Signac doing? I haven't seen her in forever.
I think she's doing quite well. I
Good.
haven't seen her for a few weeks. She was camping quite a bit,
Well, that's good.
and it's right around Keith's passing
Right.
and his birthday and her birthday.
Oh. Yeah.
So she tries not to be home during
Yeah.
those events.
I don't blame her.
But she's planning another trip.
Good.
So, which is another good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know she had her folks over. Yeah, I did. Her family, not just her folks, for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that went because we were gone right after that, so I didn't get to talk to her.
All right.
Our friend Colleen that would go knitting with us on Mondays,
Mm-hmm.
she was a pastor and she retired and she has a place up north. Up north is Howell.
Oh.
So funny. So Donna had told her about the Panera ladies that meet in Howell.
Uh-huh.
So she's planning on joining that group.
Okay.
So, and I think Donna may be doing that also.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we have a Tuesday group that meets in South Lyon, at a cafe there.
I was thinking maybe in the summer I could join that group.
Yeah, oh, that would be great.
Because we're right there.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that she recommends with seagulls that you do is mark
Mhm.
your right side so you don't get confused.
Yeah.
And several times I have used it going, oh, wait a minute, where am I? Oh,
Yeah.
wrong side.
Well, and I used to be so good about doing that. And then somehow I got on the habit of, oh, I know which is the right side, you know. And then, you know, you put the project down, you pick it up again, and you're like scratching your head going, which is the right side? What row am I on?
Brad says, when you're done with your knit along, can I come up and print out my Christmas list? Sure.
Yeah. Mm. Your son is singing, his choir is singing in Detroit tonight for the start of their Christmas concert season. So
Where?
maybe right downtown on the river, one of the churches.
The Mariners?
I think we were there last year. It was the same. Where are they singing tonight? Christchurch, Detroit. The
Oh,
third year they've been at this same church on Jefferson Avenue. So
Christchurch. I have to look up. Does he do concerts all over or?
yeah, they do. And they do several throughout the year. Um, in the past, they've done, you know, besides they have the big Christmas one, like tonight, and then they have they do sometimes the Caroling at Greenfield Village on the weekend. They
Ooh, that's
go to
coming up.
yeah, they go to different senior centers or you know retirement homes and put on concerts. Uh, they have like one Saturday where they start in the morning at like one of the VA homes and then they go to two other retirement homes. They kind of go hopping from
Oh,
senior center to senior center and senior play living and put on, you know, short little Christmas concerts and
well, I just finished a repeat. So I am going to sign off.
I was just thinking the same thing. Just measuring, see where I'm at. Ooh, I may be like 2 rows from binding off.
Good for
Woohoo!
you.
Yay. Well,
Okay,
it was
my friend.
wonderful chatting it with you.
Same here.
And have a great week.
Thanks,
Post
you too.
pictures of your shawl when you get to the feet. I can't wait to see them.
Okay.
Talk to you
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye bye.